My station model today is on volume, understanding volume using cubic units. The standard is understand the concept of volume and recognize the volume is measured in cubic units. Understanding the volume of a right rectangular prism can be found by stacking multiple layers of the base. This activity is for grade 5. Prior to doing the station model, students need to understand that volume can be used to refer to capacity of a container, but is also used for the amount of space occupied by a three-dimensional object. So for activity number 1 for my station model is called box solution. So what the students need to do is fill out this paper, which is nice because it has a clear film over it. The students can use their marker and write in, and then it can later be erased. So what they need to do, they're going to measure the box. We're going to start with box number 1, and you take these cubic units. And the first way to find volume is to take any object and fill up the box with that, and you keep on layering it layer by layer until it's all the way filled, which I won't show you that. But I've already kind of calculated it, and it's 210 cubic units. So we'll put CU for cubic units. So another way to find the volume of this box is to find the length, which is 10, and then the width of the box, which is 6, and then the height, which is 3.5 or 3.5. So if you multiply the length of 10, the width of 6, and the height of 3.5, you get a total of 210 cubic units. So then you do the same thing to this little box, which I've already done the measurements. You have to fill it up, and then you have to put the total number here, which it equaled 84 cubic units. And then you do the length, which is 7, the width, that is 4, and the height, that is 3. So if you multiply all those numbers together, it's 84 cubic units. So then the students need to go on and answer this question. So which box has a bigger volume out of these two boxes? So if you look at the numbers up here, we have 210 cubic units, and we have 84 cubic units. So it would be 210. So the student can either circle it, or they can write it in. So when they are done, the students can erase the sheet, and a new student can use it, or they can do it again for later. So then my second activity is a matching game. So what students have to do, they mix up these cards, and it takes 2 to 4 students to play this game, and they put all the cards in a row. So you just would continue to do this until all of the cards are down. So then what the students have to do, they have to make matches. So 60 units. So if you take 5 times 5, which is 25, multiplied by 4, that's not 60 cubic units. So then you just keep on turning them, and you alternate turns. So if you take 4 times 4, 16, times 2 is 32. So then that would be a match. So then that student gets to keep that match. So then some of the cards, if you draw them, they're a little bit different, where students have to kind of visualize the rest of the rectangular prism. So if you do this one, 60 cubic units, so you would take 6 times 5, which is 30, and then you multiply by 2, which would be 60, so then that would be a match. So there's 2 different kinds of cards like that. So with these 2 activities, the students will be assessed with the station model, but will receive participation points on JoJo for working effectively and quietly in their station. So the points go toward individual student rewards and whole class rewards chosen by the students. So some of the rewards include PJ, at school, bringing stuffed animals, things like that. So this activity helps the students who are struggling to understand the concept of volume with rectangular prisms. The students are able to collaborate to learn from one another and allow the teacher to see which students need more instruction with the concept. After a majority of the students grasp this concept, they will be able to move into calculating volume with irregular shapes or three-dimensional shapes.